Okay, I'm back with another video. I trimmed my beard to take a break and relax a little bit. It's 1 AM here. Hopefully I don't make too many mistakes. RDO after dark. This is gonna be rough. I think Vol'jin has more utilizations than Kel'Thas. Also good in Elemental lobby. Also good with Naga. Let's go with Vol'jin. 17 armor is also pretty premium. Elementals are really good here. Naga are really good. Naga are the best tribe in the game right now because they have really good early game, really good mid game, really good late game. They're just always good. I like Court Puller here, slightly more than the Trog. 3-1 Divine Shield, really nice, really solid. Mechs are not the best. Mechs are one of the weaker tribes. They're pretty much good if you get early Automaton to give you tempo. So if I'm to look at the current tribes and say, in which situations would I want to play all of them? Elementals are good if you get Leyline plus a way to buff the shop. A way to buff the shop can also be Vol'jin, by the way. Mechs are good if you have super early Automaton, but then their late game is still gonna be a little bit weird. Murlocs are good if you have like a really early cousin, and then also a Bran / Drakari follow-up. Naga are just good because they have a lot of good units, but are mostly game winning when you have the 4-drop as early as possible. The Seafloor Recruiter is the card that you're looking at. And then Pirates have really good minions and have really good economy, but have terrible late game. So generally, when I have Pirates, I try to pivot to something else. Usually back-to-back is like really solid. Back-to-back Pirates.
I think you can win this thing.
But not necessarily. There's other good plays as well.
Welcome back.
Okay.
How's it going out
I like Lasso plus buying something more than going 3 on 3. Maybe we hit an Elemental and then we can just buy the other Elemental. We did not hit an Elemental, but we can buy the Baller. Solid guy. And I think it's better to do Baller with Court Puller to get a 5-1. The other play you can make is Court Puller with Laureate, and then they're both free attack. But this seems better. And we have one of 3 tribes. We're not committed to any tribe, which is fine. I don't know if tribe commitment is necessarily required. And there are even downsides of committing to suboptimal tribes such as Mecha and Pirates too early.
You're good at this.
I kind of want to cycle the Scout, but let's first look at the minion pool. We see that we have Skipper. Skipper is definitely a reason to cycle the Scout
The strongest.
over doing other things. We can go Dune Dweller, and then we're gonna be labeled as 2 elementals. Laureate out, or Court Puller out. Court Puller out. Laureate I think is better minion.
Let's get some better minions in here.
Okay, pretty powerful. Couldn't have I done this last turn as well? Maybe it's better to have 2 6 attack minions, one of them being a Divine Shield. Next turn if I get a really good shop I can stay down, but a lot of the times I will want to just level to 4. Especially if this fight goes well, I kind of want to just push to 4. Let's see how the fight goes against Sindragosa before we embark on planning too much ahead. Okay. Dude, for Sindragosa to have only 2 minions, I don't know what happened. Probably level, but still.
Your minions really pulled their weight.
Angler is good. Triple Baller is interesting. I definitely don't want to force the Triple Baller. Like, even if I level, I'm not gonna freeze because spending 6 gold for a 5-drop and a slightly better minion is definitely overpaying. What we can do, Deep Sea Angler plus Time Management. I mean, if it wins me the fight, it's probably worth it, but I'm delaying myself. Only Sire is on Tavern 4. I don't know, my instinct says go to 4. If you stay and buy Angler plus Time Management, you probably want a Time Management for the stats now, and that's such a waste. And then you're probably gonna get Elemental Trinkets, Neutral Trinkets, and you go Trinket plus up. You're just losing a turn. and you're losing the chance of getting the best card in the game. Or one, all the good cards are on 4. Like Leyline is on 4,
I think you can win this thing.
and also Seafloor Recruiter is on 4. How bad can it be to take some damage? It's okay. I'm committed. 5 damage is like nothing. Definitely worth it. I think it was pretty bad to just buff some bad minions. Now you want to buy some good stuff. You don't want to buy garbage. Skipper is good when you can utilize it. Could be Water Wheel. And just buy 2 elementals. 1 spell per turn is okay. Goblin Wallet is greedy. If you go Goblin Wallet, you better know what you're doing. It's a greedy pick. In terms of tempo, Water Wheel is okay, but then are you forcing elementals? I'll go Wallet.
I've got some fresh recruits for you.
And I'll buy Ikoron and roll. Really not liking this.
The odds are in my favor.
I can trade Gambler for Spore. Morchi has Tomato Portrait. I expect a loss here.
Keep up the momentum, friend.
But we're getting money. Automaton is gonna be like really powerful in the early game. In the mid game as well. But not so strong late. Dude, I would have loved to punish him hero powering the spell generator. Whoa. Now that's a shop. Now that is a shop. You can even buy the Trog. If you buff it, it's gonna be a 7-9. But you shouldn't buy it. Just go for economy. Yeah. Something like this is probably the best play. I wonder if I want to play Naga here or Elementals.
Don't tell the others.
I want to put Ikoron third. Ikoron third was a lot better there. It's okay. But we would have preferred to get a random elemental there. We're still strong. Turn 8, Tavern 5 seems really good.
You're good at this.
Wave Rider is huge.
Yeah, let's
Time to dominate.
Okay.
The future is enamored, my nautical steed.
Town for the Ikoron just to protect my board.
The odds are in my favor.
I'm buying the Akari just for the Goblin Wallet.
Quite the army you're building, friend.
I think it's worth. Yeah, let's buff the 2 openers. I want to make sure I open as strong as possible. Also right now, only have 2 pirates, 3 Naga, but we're also gonna generate more Naga in the fight. This is good. Waiting for the Greater Trinket, and then we're just gonna play around the Greater Trinket. We're gonna have a lot of economy, but to win the game we need more than that. We need Maelstrom Emergent, we need Tranquil Meditative, we need Ring Bearer, we need Queensguard, or alternatively we can play Groundbreaker. I'm having really good success just playing around the Groundbreaker. Basically generate Naga and then play them and spam them with Groundbreaker, also playing a lot of spellcrafts. Drakari
Up the momentum, friend.
opens a potential pivot to back, however. So basically, what else you can do is utilize your economy to just go back to back. And then Drakari helps you with the economy, but also helps you with the back to back. We have Tranquil for the spell damage, or the spell buffing. And then all we need is Harbinger back to back, and then also Belinda. We took 13 here, okay. Getting risky. Panpipes, Candle, or make a Naga golden. Interesting. Kinda like the candle.
The battle is really
3 spells for free. That's a lot of spells for free.
I didn't like that
Maelstrom
one either.
Emergent is
Here's
huge
a
as
gold
well.
for the trouble. I didn't like that one either. Here's a gold for the trouble.
Yeah, I like that because I can just choose a super expensive spell and get the value immediately. Ew. Low rolled. I low rolled the super expensive spell.
You're down a minion and up a gold.
Ah. This is definitely buying.
I like where you're going with
Also
this.
this. I'm gonna conflagration on one of my openers. Gakari probably getting caught. We're staying full Naga.
Just keep shaking.
With this for sure, and also with double Tranquil. Follow up is gonna be
That's quite the
go to
army you're
6
building, friend.
and then get one of those powerful minions from 6. Amalgam. What can we do with the Amalgam?
Hire one of these recruits.
I wouldn't be caught dead. A crown for me.
Okay.
Rise from the maelstrom.
I think you can win this thing.
This should be strong enough. I wanna have a good fight here and then think about going to 6. Not into the leeway, please. Okay. Wait, the guy left. Dude, people just leave randomly? I wanna get to the ranks where this doesn't happen.
Your minions really
Like, I'm emotionally invested into the game.
now we're in business.
And it's weird to see people leaving like this. Okay, now we get 3 spells per turn for free, and we also have a ton of money. We are clearly not going back to elementals. And instead full focusing on Naga. So let's make the most of it. I mean, against family Murlocs, I kind of like something like that. We're getting a lot of money from the spells. Balinda, how good is she? In this particular comp, not the best. No, not the best. You need other
Go ahead,
things.
hire one of these recruits.
Come on, Scope can give us a triple. No? And only half the money back. Upsetting. Maybe we can cut this.
The future is now. The lava flows and I flow with it.
I want one of the good 6s. Yeah, there's like so many good 6s for Naga, it's insane.
Pressure.
I didn't like that one either. Here's a gold for the trouble.
The odds are in my favor. Now for our next move.
Not like Atisa.
The future is now.
She sells seashells. Let fall the sands of time.
You're doing great out there.
Hopefully this is strong enough. Tranquil Meditative is really good because they buff the Ring Bearer and they also buff the Ruthless Queen's Guard. And generally when you play for Gunbreaker, it's difficult to play Ruthless Queen's Guard as well because you really want to focus on the Recruiter. But what I noticed is that you can easily play Ring Bearer here. And like basically Ring Bearer, Spell Damage, Groundbreaker, Recruiter and Maelstrom is like a perfect final build. And now the only thing I want is to make my minions golden. And to just spam spellcrafts, spam Naga, and grow in stats. And this can win really nicely against a lot of things. And if somehow somebody is bigger than you, you can always try to out-tech with like a Leroy. I don't want to buy cheap spells. No reason to buy cheap spells. Huge. I'm trying to get second breaker before I make some big moves. Ooh. That's a death rattle. It is indeed a death rattle.
And I flow with it.
Better hire a recruit while you can. Better hire a recruit while you can. A good
Que cada one tranquilo.
choice. Go ahead and hire one of these recruits. I didn't like that one either. Here's a gold for the trouble.
Now I feel like my hero power is kinda useless.
I didn't like that one either. Here's a gold for the trouble.
Now for our next move.
Burn it all down!
Yeah.
Up the momentum, friend.
I mean, too many actions. Difficult to play this on not your native server. Ah. Okay. Cleave was tricky. Hard to beat a good cleave. Okay. I have to be more precise now. Hamul should do the trick. Okay, Pirates Max, Ghost. Huge, nice.
Keep up the pressure.
Let's just buy some stuff.
Like where you're going with this. That's what
I wanna get triples.
exactly what you were looking for.
I'm down to cycle a Queen's Guard.
The future.
That's a great play. I can't wait to see this shake out. Singing the deep blues.
Let the storm gather. Praise the abyss.
I think I'm holding this until I triple it.
Let the storm gather. Escape the darkness with me. Escape the darkness with me.
It's a bit worse than on Europe because I can feel the latency. But I think it is manageable.
That's what I would have picked.
The future is now.
Burn it all down!
Okay. Looks solid.
Everyone's gunning for you. Watch out.
Maybe I shouldn't trigger this on the ground breaker because it cannot give you the ground breaker then. And I gotta want that. Okay, for the last fight, maybe you cut the recruiter.
Nice work out there. Keep up the pressure.
Or we can just end the turn by tripling that.
That's a great
Also, super
I
top tier.
This go
You can
big
just
or
play it
go
really
home,
quickly.
I always say. A good
I'm trying to
choice.
make the most of it.
Go big or go home, I always say.
Still want to buy Rodeo. Rodeo is solid. I want Wind Fury for that.
That's what I would have picked. It's not the strongest, but it'll fight hard.
The lag is not that bad, but definitely slows you down a bunch. I think ballers here is like okay. I mean, you kind of get your money back anyway with buying the Murloc and then utilizing the Murloc to buy the spell,
Go big
right?
or go home, I always
You get your money's worth. Collector was better because it's a Naga. Small mission there.
down a minion.
It'd be funny if you play this and it triples. What do you do next?
I like where you're going with this.
I guess we don't have to think about that.
You got this. You're way ahead.
And as the last fight, I'm okay with this order. This card is terrible. It wasn't even that broken as a death rattle. I don't know why they changed it into a rally. I think they wanted to just make it completely unplayable. But now it's worse than the Cleave Pirate. So like a 6 drop is worse than a 4 drop. One crazy thing they could make, they could buff pirates, but then make the Cleave Pirate a 6 drop. Could that work? Our game was completely saved by getting the Recruiter on turn 7. And then I stayed down and bought the shop. Really powerful. Okay, let's go one more. Going Tavern 5 on turn 8 is perfectly good. 7 or 8 is the turn I'm targeting Tavern 5. Snake Eyes or Akanishu. Oh, I would have liked to play Morchi. Morchi is my favorite hero to play right now. He has fantastic early game. Snake Eyes is a terrible hero to play in terms of win rate. Rakanishu is not too bad, mostly because spell damage is great, whether you're playing dragons or Naga or pirates. It's only bad if I go beast or elementals. I'll take it. I can't believe I go Rakanishu over Snake Eyes, but Snake Eyes has an issue. Very low health. You low roll a little bit, you're gonna just die. I mean, I could probably get away with playing Snake Eyes as well, if the lobby wouldn't press me. But I wanna play as if this is my main account. I wanna just focus lock in and play good strategies and good heroes. I'm opening on Loriette over Dueler. Even though Elementals are a better tribe, I wanna win the first fights. I wanna be stronger. Generally, if two minions have similar or the same strength, then I'll try to pick the better one. But the one with the better tribe, sorry. But in this kind of situation, I prefer to go like this. Oh my god, the 3-2 was actually better against this one. Huh. Something to think about. 3-2 is better against the dragon. But for example, the 3-2 loses to the Loriette. So that's weird. Right? So this hero power gives you 1-1, and then on turn 4 you're gonna have 2-2. And then on turn 8 you're gonna have 3-3. It's not that bad. There's like a trinket that when you play 10 spells it gives you 5-5. This is like a little bit worse than that. But you don't have to play anything or do anything.
Have a good battle, friend.
Task stayed on 1. Okay.
It's okay. We all hit some bumps now and then.
Double Sleepy. I think Sleepy twice is worth more than going 3-on-3. For a few reasons. They're two really good minions. They're a pair. And they're both dragons, which is a really powerful archetype right now. One downside, I might have to follow up by going double buy next turn. Double buying seems weird. I would have liked to freeze oil and then go oil plus one good minion. But this is a bad minion, this is an even worse minion. So, not gonna freeze for that. I'll let the tavern go, and in some instances I'll just level next turn and then stay one turn on free. Ooh. We're losing too much. We're losing too much. We want to buy 2 minions so that we can have some room to be able to attack with our sleepy supporters. That's my objective. So Elemental plus Excavation we can even level. I like that. We took a lot of damage, but health is a resource. What I'm gonna probably do is stay on Tavern 3. With how much damage we took, just loss into loss into loss, I cannot see myself going 4 on 5, like in some of the previous games. Especially with my opponent staying on 2 so much. Here is a spot where I feel like I am going to get bullied if I level up. So let's stay one turn and just buy free drops and get stronger. Problem comes around if we get a bad shop. Like, what do we do if we get a shop of like 2 drops and 1 drops? Do we still stay or should we level? I'm gonna try to make it work somehow.
You can turn this around.
Yeah, need to stabilize really quickly. It's okay, don't stress. Hopefully we get a good shop. Guardian is really solid.
A good tactical choice.
We can cycle the scout. If this was a Murloc lobby, maybe it was worth cycling the scout here to try to get the Murloc into the rat. But it's not, so I think we just roll for another free drop. We have 2 options. We can either go Elemental, sell the Elemental for overconfidence. You have 2 pairs and a good amount of power against the Curator. Slag Raptor is kind of random. Like, it's more powerful than the Sele, but like super random. I don't have a good read on the Curator though. I'll risk it. Going for the pair is probably better anyways. Pair and also economy minion. Sly Raptor is just random. Like, yes, we want to win fights. Yes, we need stats. But this is like a play with huge upswing. My god, this guy is still on Tavern 2. Rochius Maximus over here. But fortunately, he doesn't know how to build a board. So we're gonna be fine. Right? Oh, he's close. Okay, we got him. Normally he would level here and he would be like an easier opponent. Aurum. I like Aurum when I can do it this turn or next turn. To do it this turn I have to sell 4 minions though. Stein can work. Just level up and roll. Nice and clean. Aurum is the high roll play. Let's do the Aurum. Let's be a bit exotic. Firelands.
Great! I can bring in more powerful minions now.
Okay. Azarite over Bran. And I guess we are elementals.
Disturbs my home.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits. You can turn this around.
This should be GG. I was thinking maybe I should have sold the 4-3 for the coin. Yeah, we were strong enough. Azarite is really good. Azarite is pretty much like enabling elementals. And then Leviathan would enable beasts.
Keep up the pressure.
I
I like where you're going with this.
We basically had a lot of enablers there. I don't want to buy Baller, it's too weak. I like this one. So I should knight on this, right? Or it doesn't matter. Probably doesn't matter.
It's good to get some minions in play.
Need a drink?
Okay. Spell damage on elementals helps us on the Firelands Fugitive. Which we can activate if we get a Rylak, by the way. I wanted to like fully stabilize this turn. And then I'll just level next. Again, people are kind of under leveling. Outside of Hook Task, who's even higher tougher than me. I'm feeling pretty confident on 24 health. I think we stopped the bleeding successfully. I mean, we already have 2 fights. Hopefully 3 fights with the next one. Without taking damage. Only a bit of self damage with that spell.
Have a good battle, friend.
Now we need Leyline and Belinda and Bran. Leyline is mandatory though. Without Leyline you cannot really win with elementals. So I would even say we are not committed to elementals until we get the Leyline. But we kind of are committed to elementals. Especially since we want to level and then we get Trinket. So we are committed to elementals, but we need desperately to get Leyline. What happens if we don't get the Leyline? Well, it would be tragic.
Get some better minions in here.
It would be definitely tragic. I don't like the Blazer here. But going Blazer is clean and on curve, and you get to keep the rolls. The reason I don't like it is that it doesn't stack with Azerite. Azerite hits all the elementals. Blazer can hit any minion. Sometimes Blazer is gonna hit an elemental, but very often he won't. But when you have 2 elementals, I think it's correct to just buy one and then eat one. It's on curve. And you keep your rolls for next turn. You first see what trinket you get. Blah, 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 blah. It's a safer play. Let's open on refreshing just in case he has a Divine Shielded Taunt, even though it's small likelihood. I haven't seen Azerite trinket in a while. Is that still in the game? Or did they remove it? They might have removed it. Since I legit haven't seen it for a while. And I'm playing quite some elementals. I think I need to get a bit better at reading the patch notes. But with trinkets, there's like too many changes. And normally I'm like, I'll just see them in game. But I think it's also good and important to do some of the research ahead of time. We got a Rylak. Wisdom Ball can be good here. Yeah, I like Wisdom Ball.
Nice work out there. Keep up the pressure.
And I like the Rylak.
I like where you're going with this. Exactly what you were looking for.
Ring Bearer. I like triggering on both. Nah, I don't know. I think it's worth it in terms of money. You get a really bad eat. You get pretty cheap triple. Like you spend 3 gold to see a 6 drop. And we really need Belinda right now. So I think you do it. Yeah, I think you do it. We hit a gambler, but that's fine. What a weird situation, it's funny. Yeah, next I need to go crazy. Belinda with double conflagration with also having spell damage, I think can be pretty good. But still not enough. We need Leyline. We most definitely need Leyline here. Without Leyline, we're just not as powerful. This guy went to Tavern 5 before us. And also has Embers. Gonna be tricky. Gonna be tricky. Seems like a strong opponent, actually. Okay. As I said, pretty strong opponent. We're lucky they're not bigger.
Nice work out there. Keep up the pressure.
Let's see. Nice.
make all the difference.
The odds are in my favor.
Nice.
Do you take me for an ordinary?
Go ahead and hire one
Should
of
have
these
played
recruits.
Wisdom Ball.
Looks like you can get a triple.
Huge.
That's a great play. I can't wait to see this shake out.
I don't like Rogers that much when playing elementals, but I feel like Golden Rogers is okay. It probably makes the cut.
Go big or go home, I always say. That's what I would have picked. That's quite
I think you cut
the
this.
building, friend.
I'm gonna buy second Rylac because I'm crazy.
Free the flames!
No. No. Rylac was kind of good actually. Reborn, not Rylac. We still need Leyline.
Keep up the momentum, friend.
Not a bad conflagration turn, and we also buff the shop a lot. But we still don't have Leyline. Miniature ship. What a card. There's definitely a card. With this many conflagrations every single turn, I don't even know if I want to change my hero power anytime soon. At some point I will, but not now. Wait, can we pivot back to back?
Battle. Pick yourself back up and turn it around.
We have spell damage too. Bro, maybe it's a back-to-back pivot.
You're down a minion and up
With
a goal.
Cosmic.
Go big or go home, I always say.
It might be.
Do you take me for an ordinary mage?
Gods, hear me.
Hiring that minion will get you a triple.
Yeah, I think we pivot to back-to-back. So basically... this is kind of funny. Elementals are good. But back-to-back is better. And the biggest problem here is that we're just not offered Leyline. Without Leyline we cannot do the build.
Old gods, hear me.
Go big or go home, I always say.
Wanna see the voodoo I do?
I think you can win this thing.
And now we need Cleave Pirate or Cleave Elemental. And we're playing back-to-back. Pretty crazy pivot. I didn't expect it. But this is how you want to play. As I said earlier, you're not committed to elementals without Leyline. But at the same time, we were committed to elementals. But it's good that we had options. Really interesting game. Such an interesting game.
You're good That's quite the army you're building, friend.
Trog hungry.
Chromie is interesting.
I like where you're going with this. Looks like you can get a triple.
Or is this the first time?
Divine Shield on that and also Divine Shield with Cleave? Wow. That's actually a shop I'm super happy with.
I like where you're going with this.
Azerite is still working hard.
Go ahead and hire one of these recruits.
Horse is a good target as well. And now you just distribute between Horse and Cleave. Not changing hero power because my current hero power is my only source of spell damage. We're missing that from our build. And the problem about Rakanishu hero power, if you change it at any point, you lose everything that you build. You don't lose the stats on the back-to-back, but you lose all the spell damage.
Up the momentum, friend.
Like you don't get to keep it. Rakani should be a lot better if it said just gain +1/+1 every single 4 turns. So basically you would gain the spell damage permanently even if you then change your hero power. That's a simple change and I don't think would make the hero broken, but at least would make him a little bit better. And it also would make more sense. Nice shop.
You're good at this.
But I need one more Cleave, one more Blanchie, one more this. Yeah, the Harbinger is actually like really good. We got Leyline. Okay. I mean, Leyline is definitely a buy.
In the land itself.
Because look at how many stats this is. Pretty crazy, right? Chef's choicing this is also like money. Okay, Leyline out now because I want to get another Harbinger. If you want to all in, and we should all in, let's play it strong.
Old gods, hear me.
Okay, let's down Drakari. I'll put one on this. And then everything else on Horse and Cleave. If we somehow lose this fight, at least we shouldn't lose this bet at I take 24. Unless he has like a full board of like 5k, 5ks or something. Which probably cannot happen this early. And now with this and that, we should get 6 spells. Nice, happy with my pivot. I got the Leyline too late. But it's funny that I thought I was gonna be elementals for sure. But see, this is why it's good to be open-minded. And always keep in the back of your mind the back-to-back pivot being is one of the most powerful comps in the game. So even with the nerf, still a powerful card if you have Belinda. Without Belinda, it's more fair.
You're good at this. Better hire a recruit while you can.
You can use Baby Nuzov with like Surf and Surf to make something golden. Double Cleave. Not sure if it's worth, but maybe it is.
make the cut.
And now you can change your hero power if you want. And then play one more back to make sure to end on it. I don't want to change my hero power. I'm happy with my hero power being spell buffing since I lack spell buffing in my build. If you're wondering how you can make a minion golden with Surf and Baby Nuzolf, Surf and Surf makes any minion a death rattle. So what I would do here is I would play Surf and Surf, play the Spellcraft on Darkari, and then play the Baby Nuzolf on Darkari. But this should be good.
I think you can win this thing.
Nice. Another good game. Hope you guys enjoyed. See you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. Do you ever wonder how I'm so consistent? Well, I never play Battlegrounds without Hearthstone Deck Tracker. It lets me see each hero's win rate and stats about which tribes get first place in this lobby. Bob's body shows me the odds of winning, losing, or doing little damage in each fight. And it proves I'm the most unlucky player alive. Com guides show me the minions I need to commit to a build and are great when I need a direction. You can try out all these features for free. Download Hearthstone Deck Tracker now from hsreplay.net and get ready to dominate the tavern.